Alright, let's talk about the THiEAUDIO Oracle MKII. I already know this IEM is going to get a lot of hype when people start reviewing it, so I thought I might as well review it. After all, it measures pretty decently. This IEM seems to target the Knowles IEM target, which basically just extends the high frequencies of the Harman IE target. Now, one of the problems with the Knowles target is that it was tested at 80 dB. Instead of 85. So it's hard to tell if people wanted to turn the volume up or wanted these higher frequencies. But honestly, for my testing, the Harman target on its own sounds kind of weird. Just applying filters below 6 kHz, it makes the variations sound veiled because the 6 to 8 kHz region is masking the upper treble. Now, I've talked about this issue with the smoothed Harman target already. Extending the high frequencies with the Knowles target solves the nasal issue, although it does become definitely V-shaped at this point. Knowles perfectly follows the Novarot target in the high frequencies. Now, before we get to the Oracle MKII, let's talk about how the Knowles target sounds versus the variations. The 1.5 kHz peak is by far the biggest issue on the variations. If that was fixed, it would essentially be perfect. What it does is cause shout sometimes. Okay, so in the top left corner, the second option represents the variations or no EQ, and the first option is the Knowles target. In a lot of songs, it sounds pretty good, although you can notice the progression from mids to highs is not natural. But there are also a lot of songs where it does sound really harsh. Take, for example, 37 seconds into Intro to the Beginning of End by Dreamcatcher. The electric guitars are just very ear rape at this point. It's way too harsh. Now, for example, to compare this to the Harman target, it's not as harsh in the upper treble. But this 5 kHz boost causes funky tonality, where the Knowles target is more smooth and V-shaped. This 5 kHz lump just causes too much of a veil, and a weird treble boost. And to fix this veil, you either have to boost after 10 kHz, or reduce the 5 kHz peak. And of course, boosting after 10 kHz makes it definitely V-shaped. I definitely think this sounds too bright. It sounds very energetic, not really natural. I don't think I could listen to this for that long of a time. This plasticiness is clearly not how drums sound in real life. God, it's just so bright, man. The variations upper mid to treble transition is definitely more natural than either the Harman target or the Knowles target. But I don't think the Knowles target or the Harman target sound bad necessarily. We're talking relatively minor differences here. Now, onto the Oracle MKII. To match our EQ to it at this point, we need to add this 4 kHz dip. Here's where it goes downhill. A lot of the vocal presence gets messed up at this point. Where the Knowles and Harman target were at least 9 out of 10s, this drops to at most an 8 out of 10. The vocal presence is so important in providing energy to the music. It just sounds completely unnatural. And there's also that high frequency brightness. Legit, removing this 4 kHz dip makes it sound so much better. You know, my god. Paying $600 for an 8 out of 10 IEM is not acceptable. This dip is literally cancer. And before you cry to me saying, "Oh Sharo, you're just EQing to it," frequency response alone has a 0.95 to 0.99 correlation to sound quality. I don't need to hear the Oracle MKII in person to know how it sounds. If anything, it can only sound worse because I didn't add this 11 kHz peak in my EQ, or this weird 800 Hz lump, but I don't think this really matters. I'd like to give a shout out to Gabby D, Fofo, Linuxternal, Nexus, Sasa, Vsauce4, Noodle, Wadiacre, Marshadow, Kunda, and Cinevri. Thank you guys for the support, I really appreciate it. If you would like to support the realest audio reviewer on YouTube, consider donating through PayPal to Ghani1@gmail.com. Super chat donations in your comments, join the channel membership for $4.99 a month for a shout out at the end of each video, as well as a special role in the Discord server with text-to-speech permissions. Or join the channel membership in the ultra-active Discord server for manage emoji permissions, as well as a special red-colored role. YouTube takes a bigger cut of the $4.99 per month, so supporting through Discord helps the channel more. If you want me to review a product, specify the product in your donation. If you would like to talk to people about anything audio related and much more without the fear of getting banned for no reason, join the Apple House Sound Discord server linked in the description. As usual, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends. Have a nice day.